Hello, gentlemen. If you've been struggling to keep a firm erection for more than a few minutes, or if it fades right when you need it most, there are 5 natural habits that can help you stay rock solid for 40 minutes or longer without popping a single pill. And here's something important. At your age, intimacy isn't a race. You don't need to rush. In fact, the best sex happens when you slow down, savor every moment, and truly connect with your partner. The goal isn't just to last longer. It's to stay hard, stay present, and enjoy the entire experience together. That's what we're building today. My name is Dr. Sarah Hewitt, and welcome to Beyond the Pill channel. I've worked with thousands of men over 55, and I can promise you this: maintaining a strong erection and lasting as long as you want is absolutely achievable at any age. Recent studies show that men who apply these 5 specific techniques see dramatic improvements in both hardness and stamina within 4 to 8 weeks. This isn't about performance pressure. It's about confidence, pleasure, and being able to take your time without worrying if your body will cooperate. Here's what we'll cover today: 5 powerful techniques that work together to keep you hard and in control. Some involve what you do during intimacy. Others involve what you do throughout your day. One of them is something you can start right now, sitting in that chair. And another one, well, it's hiding in your kitchen and you've probably been ignoring it. At the end, I'll give you a simple checklist so you can put everything into action tonight. Before we start, I'd love to hear from you. What's your name and where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I read every one, and it helps me create content that truly serves you. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now so you never miss a video. And remember, you're not trying to be 20 again. You're becoming the lover you've always wanted to be. Calm, confident, and fully in control. All right, let's talk about technique number 1. And this one is a game changer. It's called the pause and squeeze method, and it's been helping men stay harder and last longer for decades. Here's the thing. Your body has a point of no return. You know what I'm talking about. That moment when you realize, oh no, it's happening, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Well, this technique teaches you to recognize that moment way before it arrives, so you can pump the brakes, stay rock solid, and keep going for as long as you want. Think of it like driving a car. If you only have 2 speeds, parked or full throttle, you're going to crash. But if you learn to ease off the gas, downshift, and cruise, you can drive all night long. So how does it actually work? When you feel yourself getting close, maybe you're at a 7 or 8 out of 10 on the arousal scale, you pause. Just stop all movement for a moment. Then, either you or your partner gently squeezes the head of your penis, right where the shaft meets the tip, for about 5 to 10 seconds. This isn't painful. It's firm but comfortable, like pressing a doorbell. What happens next is fascinating. That urgent feeling fades, your arousal drops back down to a manageable level, but your erection stays strong. You're not losing hardness, you're resetting the clock. After 10 or 15 seconds, you can start again, and you'll find you have way more control than before. Some men do this 2 or 3 times during sex and end up lasting 40 minutes or more without any trouble. Now, why does this work? It's all about retraining your ejaculatory reflex. Most men, especially as they get older, develop a hair trigger response. Your nervous system gets overstimulated. Blood rushes in, and boom, it's over before you even had time to enjoy it. The squeeze method interrupts that reflex. It sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, slow down, we're not done yet. Over time, your body learns to recognize those earlier warning signs on its own, and you won't even need the squeeze anymore. You'll naturally pace yourself, stay harder longer, and have complete control over when you finish. It's like teaching your body a new language, and once it clicks, it becomes second nature. Here's where most guys mess up. They wait too long. If you're already at a 9 or 10, squeezing won't help. You've already crossed the finish line. The key is to catch it early, when you're at a 7. That takes practice, and that's okay. Your first few times, you might misjudge it. You might pause too early and feel like you're interrupting the flow, or you might wait too long and still finish faster than you wanted. Don't beat yourself up. This is a skill, not a magic button. The more you practice, the better you'll get at reading your body's signals. And here's a tip. Communicate with your partner. Let her know what you're doing. Most women appreciate a man who's trying to make the experience last longer for both of them. She can even help with the squeeze, and that turns it into a team effort rather than a solo struggle. So what can you realistically expect? If you practice this technique 2 or 3 times a week, you'll start noticing a difference within 2 to 4 weeks. Your control will improve. Your erections will feel stronger because you're not rushing through everything in a panic. And best of all, you'll actually start enjoying sex again instead of worrying the whole time about whether you'll last. This isn't about becoming a marathon man overnight. It's about building confidence, one session at a time, until lasting 40 minutes feels as natural as breathing. Technique number 2 might surprise you because most men have never even heard of it. It's called pelvic floor training. And if you've ever wished you could just will your erection to stay harder or last longer, this is the closest thing you'll get to that superpower. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles that sits at the base of your pelvis, and they control everything from your bladder to your erection strength to how long you last in bed. When these muscles are weak, blood leaks out of your penis too quickly, your erections feel softer, and you lose control fast. But when they're strong, they act like a hydraulic pump, keeping blood locked in, making you harder and giving you the ability to delay climax whenever you want. The best part? You can train these muscles anywhere, anytime, without anyone knowing. So how do you find these muscles? Here's the easiest way. Next time you're urinating, stop the flow midstream. Don't use your abs, don't clench your butt cheeks, just stop the pee. The muscle you just squeezed? That's your pelvic floor. It's the same muscle you'll use to control your erections. Now, I don't want you doing this exercise while peeing all the time, because that can actually mess with your bladder. But that little test shows you exactly what muscle we're targeting. Once you know what it feels like, you can squeeze it anytime, sitting in your car, watching TV, lying in bed, even right now as you're watching this video. Nobody will know. And that's the beauty of it. You're building strength in the most important muscle for your sex life, and it takes less than 5 minutes a day. Here's your simple routine. Squeeze that muscle and hold it for 5 seconds, then relax for 5 seconds. That's 1 rep. Do 10 reps in a row, and that's 1 set. Do 3 sets per day, morning, afternoon, and night. That's it. 30 reps total, spread throughout your day. In the beginning, 5 seconds might feel like forever, and that's totally normal. Your pelvic floor is probably weak if you've never trained it before. But within 2 weeks, you'll notice you can hold the squeeze longer and stronger. And within 4 to 6 weeks, you'll feel the difference during sex. Your erections will feel fuller, harder, like they're made of steel instead of rubber. You'll be able to stop yourself right at the edge of climax, hold it there, and then keep going. It's like having a control switch that you never knew existed. Now here's something most guys don't realize. This isn't just about control. Strong pelvic floor muscles also mean stronger erections, period. When you squeeze during sex, you're actively pumping more blood into your penis, making it harder on command. Some men even report that their orgasms feel more intense because those muscles are firing with more power. And if you've been dealing with that frustrating problem where you get hard, then lose it, then get hard again, this will help stabilize everything. You're literally reinforcing the foundation of your erections. Think of it like doing bicep curls for your arms, except these curls make you last longer and feel bigger. Within 3 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, you'll start seeing real results. Your erections will hold strong for longer periods. You'll have more control over when you finish, and you'll feel more confident because you know your body is responding the way you want it to. This isn't a quick fix, but it's a permanent one. Once you build that strength, it stays with you as long as you maintain it. And maintaining it is easy. Just a few squeezes here and there throughout your day. So start today, right now. Squeeze, hold, release. You just did your first rep. Do 9 more, and you're already on your way to rock-solid erections that last as long as you want. Technique number 3 is something you're doing right now, but you're probably doing it all wrong when it comes to sex. I'm talking about breathing. Most men don't realize that the way you breathe during intimacy directly controls how fast you finish and how hard you stay. When you're nervous or excited, your breathing gets shallow and fast. Short, quick breaths up in your chest. And that sends a signal to your nervous system. Danger, stress, finish quickly. Your heart rate spikes, adrenaline floods your system, and your body goes into sprint mode. That's the exact opposite of what you want. But when you breathe slowly and deeply, down into your belly, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the calm, relaxed state where erections stay strong and you have all the time in the world. It's like flipping a switch from panic to peace. Here's a technique you can use right now, and it's called the 4-7-8 breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 7 seconds, then exhale gently through your mouth for 8 seconds. Do that 3 or 4 times and notice how your whole body relaxes. Your shoulders drop, your heart rate slows, and if you were feeling tense, that tension melts away. Now imagine doing that during sex. When you feel yourself getting too excited, too close to the edge, you pause for a moment and take 3 deep breaths using this rhythm. What happens? Your arousal drops back down, but your erection stays firm because you're keeping your nervous system calm and your blood flow steady. You're not fighting your body. You're working with it. The secret is this. Shallow chest breathing equals fast finish. Deep belly breathing equals long-lasting control. When you breathe up in your chest, you're activating fight or flight mode, and your body thinks it needs to finish fast and get to safety. But when you breathe deep into your belly, your diaphragm moves, your body relaxes, and everything slows down in the best possible way. Blood flow stays consistent to your penis, keeping you hard. Your mind stays focused on pleasure instead of panic, and you're able to ride that wave of arousal without crashing over the edge every 2 minutes. It's one of the simplest tools you have, and it works immediately. So when should you use it during sex? Anytime you notice your breathing getting fast and shallow, that's your cue. If you're at a 7 or 8 on the arousal scale, pause. Slow down your movements, and take 3 or 4 deep belly breaths. You don't have to make it obvious or awkward. Just breathe slowly and intentionally while you kiss her neck, while you hold her close, while you shift positions. She won't even notice you're doing it, but you'll feel the difference instantly. Some men even sync their breathing with their partners, and that creates this incredible rhythm where you're both relaxed, connected, and fully present. When you're breathing together, you're not rushing. You're savoring every single moment. Start practicing this breath technique outside the bedroom first. Do it in the morning when you wake up. Do it before you eat. Do it while you're sitting in your chair watching TV. Get comfortable with the rhythm so that when you need it during intimacy, it comes naturally. Within a week or 2, you'll notice your baseline stress level drops. You'll feel calmer overall. And when it's time to perform, your body will already know how to shift into that relaxed, controlled state. Breathing isn't just about staying calm. It's about staying hard, staying in control, and making sure that 40 minutes feels easy instead of impossible. Technique number 4 might be the most powerful one on this list, because it addresses the invisible enemy that's killing your erections and your stamina before you even get started. I'm talking about anxiety. Performance anxiety is like a thief in the night. It sneaks into your mind, whispers doubts, and sabotages everything before your body even has a chance to perform. You're lying there with your partner, and instead of enjoying the moment, your brain is running a loop. Will I get hard? Will I stay hard? Will I finish too fast? What if I disappoint her? And guess what happens? Your nervous system hears all that panic, shuts down blood flow to your penis, and creates the exact problem you were afraid of. It's a vicious cycle, and the only way to break it is to change what's happening in your head. Here's the truth. Confidence in the bedroom doesn't come from being perfect, it comes from being present. When you stop worrying about the outcome and start focusing on the sensation, her touch, her breath, the warmth of her skin, everything else falls into place. Your erection gets stronger because you're not fighting it with stress. You last longer because you're not rushing through it in a panic. And she feels the difference too, because you're actually there with her instead of trapped inside your own head. So how do you make that shift? You start by letting go of the idea that sex is a performance. It's not a test. It's not a race. It's a shared experience. And there's no such thing as failure when you're both enjoying yourselves. Give yourself permission to slow down, to explore, to laugh if something doesn't go perfectly. That relaxation is what opens the floodgates, literally. Now let's talk about practical ways to calm those nerves before intimacy even starts. First, talk to your partner. I know that sounds scary, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Tell her you're working on lasting longer and staying harder, and that you might need to pause or slow down sometimes. Most women will not only understand, they'll support you. When you remove that pressure to be perfect, half the anxiety disappears immediately. Second, create a pre-intimacy ritual that calms your mind. Maybe it's 5 minutes of deep breathing. Maybe it's a warm shower. Maybe it's putting on music that relaxes you both. Whatever it is, make it a habit so your body learns to associate that ritual with relaxation instead of panic. And third, stop comparing yourself to who you were at 25 or to some fantasy you saw in a movie. You're not that guy, and you don't need to be. You're a man with experience, patience, and the ability to truly connect, and that's worth more than any quick performance. Here's something else that helps. Celebrate small wins. If you lasted 10 minutes instead of 5, that's progress. If your erection stayed firm for longer than usual, that's a victory. If you felt more relaxed and present during intimacy, that's growth. Every small improvement builds your confidence, and confidence builds your performance. It's a positive feedback loop that gets stronger every time. On the flip side, if you have a night where things don't go as planned, don't spiral into shame and self-criticism. Your body isn't broken. You just had an off night, and that's completely normal at any age. The men who bounce back fastest are the ones who shrug it off, try again, and keep moving forward. Anxiety thrives on shame and silence. Confidence thrives on honesty and persistence. Within a few weeks of practicing this mindset shift, you'll notice something incredible. Sex stops feeling like a test you might fail and starts feeling like something you actually look forward to. Your erections will respond better because your nervous system isn't in panic mode. You'll last longer because you're not rushing to get it done before something goes wrong. And your partner will feel more connected to you because you're fully present with her. Managing anxiety isn't about pretending you're not nervous. It's about acknowledging the nerves, breathing through them, and showing up anyway. That's real strength. That's real confidence. And that's what keeps you hard and in control for 40 minutes or more. Technique number 5 is something you can start doing tomorrow morning, and it's hiding right in your kitchen. I'm talking about a simple smoothie that supports blood flow, balances your hormones, and gives your body the raw materials it needs to stay hard and last longer. Now, I'm not going to tell you this smoothie is magic. It's not going to give you an instant erection or turn you into a marathon man overnight. But when you drink it consistently for 2 to 4 weeks, combined with the other techniques we've covered, it creates the perfect foundation for rock-solid performance. Think of it like putting premium fuel in your car. It won't fix a broken engine, but it makes everything run smoother, stronger, and longer. Here's what you need: 1 ripe banana, a big handful of fresh spinach, 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, and if you want a little sweetness, a teaspoon of raw honey. Blend it all together until it's smooth and drink it in the morning with your breakfast or right after. That's it. Simple, fast, and incredibly effective. Now let me tell you why these ingredients matter. The banana is loaded with potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure and keeps blood flowing smoothly to your penis. The spinach is packed with magnesium, a mineral that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. The pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, which is absolutely critical for testosterone production and prostate health. And the almond milk? It's a clean, low-sugar base that won't spike your insulin and crash your energy. Together, these ingredients create a powerful cocktail that supports everything your body needs for strong, long-lasting erections. But here's the key. This smoothie works best when it's part of a bigger picture. You can't drink it once, eat garbage the rest of the day, skip exercise, and expect miracles. Think of it as one piece of the puzzle. If you're also doing your pelvic floor exercises, practicing your breathing, managing your anxiety, and getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night, this smoothie amplifies everything. It's like adding rocket fuel to a car that's already tuned up and running smoothly. And speaking of sleep, that's non-negotiable. When you don't sleep well, your testosterone drops, your stress hormones spike, and your erections suffer. So make sleep a priority. Dark room, cool temperature, no screens an hour before bed. Your body repairs itself at night, and that includes the blood vessels and nerves that control your erections. Hydration is another piece most men ignore. If you're dehydrated, your blood gets thicker, circulation slows down, and everything from your energy to your erection quality takes a hit. Drink at least 8 glasses of water a day, more if you're active or it's hot outside. And while we're talking about lifestyle, let's touch on movement. You don't need to become a gym rat, but 30 minutes of walking, swimming, or light resistance training 3 to 4 times a week does wonders for your cardiovascular health. Better heart health means better blood flow, and better blood flow means harder, longer-lasting erections. It's all connected. Your penis is a barometer for your overall health. If it's not working well, your body is sending you a message. Listen to it. So what can you realistically expect from this smoothie? If you drink it 5 to 6 times a week for 2 to 4 weeks, you'll start noticing subtle improvements. Maybe your morning erections come back a little stronger. Maybe you feel more energy throughout the day. Maybe your erections during sex feel fuller and last a bit longer. By the 8-week mark, especially if you're combining this with the other 4 techniques, most men report significant improvements in both hardness and stamina. You're not just treating symptoms, you're giving your body the nutrients, habits, and support it needs to function at its best. And that's the kind of change that lasts, because it's built on a solid foundation, not a quick fix. If you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below telling me which technique you're going to try first, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Now, here's what I want you to remember. Lasting longer and staying harder isn't about being young again or taking a pill that gives you a temporary fix. It's about building real, sustainable habits that work with your body, not against it. The pause and squeeze method, pelvic floor exercises, deep breathing, anxiety management, and that simple smoothie. These aren't tricks. They're tools. And when you use them consistently, you'll see results that last a lifetime. You have everything you need to become the confident, capable lover you've always wanted to be. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. Connect with your partner, and stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect. Sex isn't a race. It's an experience you get to savor together. Always remember, the truth goes beyond the pill.